What's up? What's up? It's time for Done Way Past Funny with your host, G.D. Fenderson. Join us as we take a look back at the early works of seasoned comedians before they were seasoned with this week's guest, April Brucker. It's time to get down and get dope with Done Way Past Funny.
Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, host of Done Way Past Funny. Thank you for joining us as we continue our interview with ventriloquist and comedian April Brucker. Enjoy.
I used to,
Isn't it?
as a matter, because I know when I was younger, I saw something on television, and the woman was heavy chested, was well endowed, and the guy was talking to her, and then she said, "Close your eyes," and she says, "What color are my eyes?" And he couldn't tell her, and I was about 8 years old when I saw that. And so from that moment on, I made sure I noticed the colors of a person's eyes. So that would never happen to me.
Okay, yeah. But that's where TV teaches you a lot about stuff. But I'm glad that you're the guy that you are, because not every guy's like you. You know that, right?
Well, no, some of them are smarter.
No, I know. Well, if you've been married that long without your wife killing you, it must not be all that bad.
Well, the secret to that is you be overweight. Now, I'm not overweight now, but yeah, that's because when you're overweight, your spouse cannot kill you and get rid of the body by themselves, which means they'd have to have a witness, and it's
see.
hard. It's harder to get away with a crime like that, and if you have a witness, then you have to get rid of the witness. So the only way I would worry is if I got home and my wife had like a really, really small, petite friend. All of a sudden, my wife has a new best friend and she's like really petite, because then I know that the thing is for the two of them to kill me and get rid of the body. And then my wife could get rid of her little petite friend by herself. Say,
Oh, I see you've been thinking about this. You're using your thinking time wisely, man. You're making advancements where it's important.
Well, yes. When you are prone to making mistakes, you often think of an escape plan or a plan B. And so I'm prone to mistakes. So I'm always thinking, okay, not if I screw this up, but once I screw this up, how am I going to fix it? I spend
Well,
most
but
of my
not every man's like you. Hello.
Oh, Mr. Tramp.
Yes, I'm Donald J. Tramp, and I approve this message. So, Mr. Tramp, how are you doing? Well, what can I say? It's just been one of those days. So, Mr. Tramp, if you could do one thing right now, what would it be? I just want to say, vote for me in 2024. 2024. Why should people vote for you? Well, April, I'm master of everything. I have billions and billions of dollars. I'm hosting my own successful TV show, and I was president of my own university. Tramp University, you were sued for fraud. Shut up, April. You don't know what you're talking about. The Better Business Bureau gave me a AAA rating. Wait, the Better Business Bureau gave you a AAA rating? Wrong! A triple K rating. K, K, K.
See, I thought it was a triple A because it was broken down and it needed a lift. It needed to be towed someplace.
If you're reelected, what do you hope to do for America? Well, April, I hope to build a wall. Build a wall, and who's going to pay for this wall? Mexico. All I have to do is go to the Western Union and cook up the money order. What could possibly go wrong?
Now, I saw that you were, well, first of all, did you make it to the RNC convention? Because that was one of the things on your bucket list. Did you make it there?
Yeah, actually, we did, and everything was going smoothly until about the assassination attempt. Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I wasn't ready to hang it up and become a car family just yet. Nothing a little needle and thread couldn't fix. So anyway, we were at the RNC, and so Bill Maher was supposed to come, and I was going to challenge him to march with me on the RNC and put his feet where his mouth was. And Jon Stewart and The Daily Show were going to be there, but guess what? The whole thing happened. And P.S. The shooter's from my hometown, 2 blocks away from my parents, just so everybody knows.
Wow.
And yeah, because that was my neck of the woods that happened in. So anyway, long story short, Bill Maher pulled out Loser. Jon Stewart pulled out Loser, the Not Today Show. And so what are your nicknames for them, Mr. Tramp? My nickname for Bill Maher is Bill, less than marvelous. And what's your nickname for Jon Stewart? John No Show Stewart.
Now, Bill Maher is
so what are you
famously.
trying to say? What are you trying to say? That April was the only comedian that bothered to show up. Yeah. We were the only comedians at the RNC, and we marched with the AFL-CIO. But you were saying?
No, I was saying that Bill Maher, you shouldn't be too surprised that he pulled out, because he is notoriously famous for not wanting to have kids. So
yeah, that's right. His father should have pulled out. Oh.
So you got to march with the AFL-CIO. Now, did they have a protest zone that you had to stay within, or were you allowed to just march wherever your little feet carried you?
There was a parade. We actually marched in a parade. And,
okay.
And so, Mr. Tramp, how did you feel about marching in the parade? Well, I marched in the parade and I talked to all the fake news. Unlike Calamari Harris, who doesn't talk to the news. What do you think of Kamala? What do you think of Calamari Harris? How long she been black? She just turned black. I don't think that's how it works. April, how long have you been white? Did you just turn white? No, Mr. Tramp. I've always been white. What? You've always been white? Have you always been black? Okay, this is just getting really offensive now. Well, you're
no,
the one putting
I'll answer that.
in my mouth.
I don't mind answering that. I have not always been black. I was born colored, and then somewhere in the 60s, I was told I was Negro. And then a little later in the 60s, I was told I was an African American, and then I became an Afro-American. Then I became black until I was told that black was offensive, and then I became African American again. And so now I am undecided. I'm an independent. So right now I'm an independent, but I caucus with the blacks, or I'll caucus with the African Americans, depending on the issue.
Well, you know who I caucus with? I caucus with girls that like rainy weather because I'm into stormy.
Now, by chance, is there a stormy partner in crime?
There's not a stormy, but we're working on that. But Mr. Tramp, where do you stand on the important issues like right to life? Well, I think that we should all read the pictorials in Life magazine. Pictorials? Yes, I love pictorials, especially with certain body part. No. I mean, a woman's right to choose. You said that you needed more weeks. No, we need more years. More years? Yes, as in until the fetus is an adult. Until the fetus is an adult? You've never raised teenagers, have you?
Well, yes, and because of that, I agree with you.
See, I got another undecided voter. So, President Trump, what about your mass deportation policy? Well, April, I'm going to get rid of them one by one and Jose by Jose. I told this joke in front of my Latinos and thought, what could possibly go wrong? Mr. Tramp, you're a racist. Fake news. I don't like to run.
Now, because of the nature, now, how should I put this? when you're performing, or do you perform in like clubs as well? Because I'm assuming you do clubs.
I go anywhere where they pay me.
Okay.
And she has to go anywhere that they pay me because my legal bills have been a lot. But you've been selling those Bibles. You should check out my Bible because instead of 10 commandments, I only have 8. 8? Yes, I eliminated the ones about stealing and adultery. Any other changes? Yes. Cain kills Abel, and Cain gets a promotion because Abel was a crappy brother. I see. Any others? Yes. And what other changes? In the story of the Garden of Eden, Eve has bigger boobs. Okay, the Tramp Bible, everybody.
Oh well, no, I'm not getting mine. Okay, well, I do have but it's not my Bible. It's the I don't think he'll mind. Um, a friend of mine, the character that I do, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, he has a Bible. And occasionally in his sermons he'll say, "Let's see what the good book has to say about that." And he'll get the good book. And he'll say, "So what do you have to say about adultery?" "Fine by me, as long as I don't get caught." See, that's what they.
See, he's a man after my own heart. So, Mr. Tramp, but back to you. Despite your immigration policy, several of your wives have been foreign born. What can I say? There are some jobs that even Americans won't do.
Now, Mr. Tramp, I think you've had enough wives that actually they could unionize. I mean, they could form a union. Are you afraid that they'll form a union? Because I know you have you're pro right to work.
Well, I'm pro right to work because I never pay the help. So yeah, they can unionize, but that alimony's going away.
Now, are all of your partners in crime hominids, human type, or do you have animals as well?
Well, I have a rougarou. Would you like to meet him?
Absolutely.
Okay, you got to go, Mr. Tramp.
Do you want to tell people? Do you want to tell what a rougarou is before you bring it out? Or you're going to bring it out and then explain it.
I'll bring it out and then explain it.
Okay.
I gotta go. Vote for me in 2024. Please don't. But yeah, he was the only. We were the only comedians at the RNC, and but yeah, we did get there. It was great. But good shit.
Wow. Look at that. The hands on you.
Oh, sacre bleu. And sacre bleu because Mademoiselle April did not tell me that I was meeting you. Oh.
Now, is it sacre bleu because you're blue, or is it because you're French?
It's sacre bleu because I am a rougarou. And what is a rougarou? Rougarou, Mademoiselle April, is a mythical creature. A mythical creature. So tell them about the first time you met me. I went backstage to your show, and I said, Mademoiselle April, oui. Oh God, yeah, you did. You really did. So, and what did you do? I said we could chat, and you wrote to me at a time when the alligators were chomping at my feet. Oh yeah, that's a really creative metaphor for depression. No, I live in Louisiana Bayou. They were literally chopping at my feet.
Now,
Met you. So let's get down to business. Can I use my wee? No, monsieur. See, this is what I get sexually harassed all the time by these guys. So tell me about yourself. Is this your first meeting with a mythical creature?
No. I actually met a jackalope when I was 17.
Well, I once met a jackalope in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I will never know. Oh.
Boom. Now, I'm going to ask. Actually, this question is for April, but you can answer it if you want. Actually, I don't know if you're. Well, you said you had a wee, so I'm assuming you're male gender. But comedy, in terms of the way it treats women, is not great. It does not have a great track record. And then again, comedians, as a general rule of thumb, do not generally appreciate the art form of ventriloquism. So that's like a double knock against you, so to speak. So how do you navigate it? Well, first of all, have you even seen it? Is it my imagination, or have you experienced it, and how do you navigate it?
Well, the way I experience it, like I've experienced it, and the way I navigate it is I'm me, and there's only one April Brooker, and there are 1,000 of them, and they're one of me, and there's only one Mademoiselle April. You have eyes like diamonds, skin like silk, and you are perfect in every way. What's going on, Monsieur Mortimer? I need a place to live. Oh, I see. Okay.
So why? I mean, I thought you had a place in Louisiana, unless you're one of the victims from Hurricane was it Katrina?
Well, there's that, and there's also the place where they are going on the bayou. And I also like to sleep indoors and not hunt for food. And I like to be around the beautiful women. Oh my gosh! Oh, stop it, please! Oh. I
Those
make
teeth are,
them go weak every time. Oh. Once you go blue, they can't stop kissing you.
I'm glad you went that direction, because I went in a totally different direction and I'd have to change the rating on the show. So,
Well, can I say one thing? I'm going to
sure.
blue, but I never get blue balls.
Okay, I didn't go in that direction, and now you just trumped me. So you win. You win.
Well, I cannot be drunk because I am blue no matter what, and I have to vote blue no matter who because I am blue. Oh. Blue, gaga dee, gaga da, gaga dee. Okay, please don't sing, Mortimer. Well, if May Wilson can sing, I can do anything. Check out Merry Christmas. So glad I didn't marry you.
Are
Claude.
you
Okay, thank you.
are you one of the backing singers? I mean, who did other members of your tribe contribute to the backing vocals, or is this just May and you?
Well, that was just May and me, but Monsieur Mortimer is working with Costas Gus Christ, the greatest producer. Stands Rules and the first record producer to have worked with a Rougarou on a different track. And so you should see that.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it. Now, your family actually your family was actually around you when you first began to do this at age 13. Are they first of all, are they amazed at your progress, that you've not amazed, but are they impressed with your progress and what you've done with your life, or do they think you could have used your talent, let's say in medical school or something like that?
Well, they're happy with the progress I've made and what I've done with my life, but my mother would still like to see me go to law school and grow up. What can I say? She's a mom, right?
Now, does your mom have like a favorite character of yours?
My mom likes May. My mom likes Trina. My mom likes all of them. My mom's a good lady.
Oh, okay. Now, because with what you do, sometimes I can see how sensitive people might get their feathers ruffled, especially by either the appearance of Tramp, because he appears to resemble a presidential candidate that's out there, but May has a much more she's much more liberal with her insults. So have you gotten to the point where, have you ever been in a situation where you've been performing and people in the audience get offended because they take it personally, even though
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
meant?
Donald J. Tramp has been threatened. Somebody threatened to blow up a venue where we were performing. We were at the RNC in 2016, and again, we were the only comedians there. We marched with Stand Together Against Trump, and we were busy performing in the square in Cleveland when a guy who had a handlebar mustache and a cowboy hat and a sidearm comes over and he says to him, "Why do you hate Trump?" And I had my talking points ready, and he goes, "I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him." And he and Donald J. Trump proceeded to argue. And finally, he's like, "If that's the way you want it, fine." And he walks away and he stomps away. But in the meantime, the cops are laughing because they can't believe this. I've had people threaten to burn Donald J. Trump, because they can't take a joke. I get nasty insults on Twitter about them. And then Mae Wilson, I had a homeless guy try to stab Mae Wilson because he didn't like a joke she made when we were street performing. These guys have gotten all sorts of insults at times, but what do you have to say to that? Well, I'm like a girl, but they are red with anger. Why can we not love in this world? Monsieur Mortimer, everybody. Oh.
Now, do any of them have their own email addresses that they can correspond? I'm just curious because also it's like I have a character that I do as well, and my character has his own email address so that he can answer emails. Obviously, that's what you do with the email addresses. It's not like he answers the phone. He has his own email address. So do your characters have any either own fan pages or their own email or their own?
Mae Wilson has her own Facebook page.
Oh,
And
okay.
but basically you go through me to talk to them. It's just the easiest. But people send them fan letters through me all the time. So Mae Wilson gets fan letters. Donnie gets hate mail and fan mail with people thinking that they're writing to the real Trump. There's that too. I've gotten fan letters from prison. There are prisoners that want to talk to my puppets.
Now, here's the deal. So leads me to the question is, and I didn't think of this until you mentioned the prisoners, but I can't see them using tact. I was about to say, is it like them trying to get to you through so like they could say, May, I'd like to do such and such to you, but actually they're hoping that you pick up on the innuendo. I don't know. It's just, I didn't.
Well, what it is that they've seen me on some of the TV shows I've been on, and they let them have tablets in prison now. And the first fan letter I got from prison was a fellow sent me a letter from Croatia. And I'd never gotten a fan letter in Croatian before. I didn't know what Croatian looked like. And so when I got the Croatian, I put it through Google Translate. And he said, hi, I love Mae Wilson. I love you. And I just want to tell you that I love your puppets. And he just loved the puppets. And he said, someday, da 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 da, it just goes on and on and on. So at the time I had a pinup calendar because I figure, and I have a new one plug coming out on the 15th of this month. And so I had a pinup calendar and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to sell a calendar. And so he writes me back, I cannot get mail where I'm at. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's married. Maybe it's a P.O. box. And so I said, well, they send to a P.O. box. And he writes back, he goes, I am 5 years in, and in another 50 years, I will be able to hug you and kiss you. The dude was in prison in Croatia.
Now, I know they're on the metric system, so is this 50 years metric or 50 years imperial? I mean, because one could be a lot longer than the other.
Yeah, well, 50 years metric, that might be like 3 life sentences, right? I'm just doing the math in my head.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was curious, because I know that they're in the metric system. I just didn't know if their years were the same. I just, how's it translate?
I think their years are like, it depends. Like their years might be different. I don't know, but he's going to be in there for a while. And then another one that was writing me, another one called me from prison. That was crazy. He called me from a prison. He called me from Joliet in Illinois, which is So yeah. I get this weird call from, and I'm thinking it's a telemarketer. Sometimes I'll mess with the telemarketers with my puppets,
Right.
And so I pick up and it's like, you got a call from an inmate. And so I know I shouldn't pick up, but now my interest is piqued, right? So anyway, I pick up and he's like, hi, my name's Tyrone. You've never met me in your life, but a kid by the name of New York gave me your number. And a long time ago, I was doing comedy in New York City, and a bunch of us tried to help this kid that was also trying to do comedy that just, he was messing up. Right. And the last I heard, he was in prison in Illinois. So he goes, he gave me your number. And he said that, if you get a pen pal, you always write back. And I said, really? And I said, how did he come to give me your number? Well, we were sitting in the lounge and you came up on My Strange Addiction. And he said, I know that girl and I got her number. I'm thinking, oh my God. And I did comedy with her when I did comedy. And I said, interesting. And he said, yeah. He goes, I did comedy when I did comedy. And he goes, and he said, and I said, so how long are you in for? He goes, natural life, but I'm innocent, and my case is up for appeal.
That's funny. Natural
People,
life.
yeah, natural life. Not life, but natural life.
Okay, there's a difference. Sure. I mean, yes, I understand there's a difference, but the sheer fact that he made it so you knew there was a difference. Like, no, I'm in for natural life, not 20 years, just natural life.
Natural life.
Yes.
But he was innocent, and his case was up for appeal. But
now,
but I told him, I said, tell people to subscribe to my videos, and he got me 6 new subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start pen paling some female inmates.
You never know, right? Yeah. Why not?
You actually, you think I would already have some because my sister had done time, but then again, that was my sister, not me. It's funny.
But you should have told her. Listen, I'll write to your friends.
Well, it's funny. Well, back then I wasn't even in entertainment at all. I just went to visit my sister because I was being supportive and I wanted her to be strong to get out. I didn't want her to lose hope while she was inside. I wanted her to get out of prison and lose hope. I didn't want her to lose hope in there.
You wanted her to lose hope afterwards, so you're a good brother. Yes.
Yeah.
You wanted her to lose hope like the rest of the world when they were free.
Yes.
So, but the thing is that had she waited to break the law until you got into entertainment, this could have benefited you.
Yes, she's so selfish.
Yes, exactly.
She could have embezzled that money much later in life.
Yeah, just say, listen, I'm not telling you not to embezzle the money, but could you wait like 20 more years or something, or 10 more years? Yeah.
That's just another reason for me to not like her. So.
Hey, you love your family, you just don't always like them. I get
it. Amen to that. Now, let me see here. It's funny. When I turn, I'm just going to show you something. See, I'm working in the dark because it turns out that when I use a light, see what happens to my skin? And so
you look a little red, yeah.
Yes, but I can't read anything in the dark. But if I use any light, my skin turns red. And the funny thing is, and this is the first time I've done an episode without a light, so that my skin wouldn't be red. This is it.
Well, you're not red.
But you're not red. Yeah, but I can't read anything because it's so dark now. But I'm trying to read. See here. Now, this question is a little unusual, but I ask it because the sense of smell is like the strongest sense that we have. That's like the most triggering sense we have. So, of all the places that you've performed at, what is the best smelling place you've performed and the worst smelling place? But since you performed on the streets of New York, that doesn't seem to be a fair question because you could be like,
no. Like any place in Vegas that I performed in, that's where I'm at now. They all smell good. Las Vegas is home now. I love Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a great smelling city. Everything in Vegas smells good. Okay. Some of the worst smelling places that I've performed, the streets of New York, Williamsburg, that was garbage. The second runner-up was Lucky Chang's, which like they had a place on the Lower East Side, and I always liked performing there. But the dressing room always smelled like mildew, and I was sometimes dizzy when I got out of there. It was one of the worst smelling places I ever performed. Sometimes I think I'm secretly immune to COVID because I've performed in so many shitholes.
That's funny. I wish it worked like that. It's funny.
I know. Well, one time I cut my finger on like something in one of these places, and everybody's like, April, you better wash that out. You're gonna get something. And I never got sick. And so maybe like I have like some sort of like lizard thing that makes me immune to weird stuff. I'm hoping,
Well, I think that may be one of the few positive side effects of comedy.
Yeah.
It's almost like eating dirt and mud as a child. Only
you're secretly, like, your immune system is secretly strong. Exactly.
Now, have you created character based on, let's say, an ex or something, someone who kind of like got under your skin, and to pay them back, you created a nasty character, nasty version of them?
Well, not under my skin per se. Mae Wilson is partially based off of a mean girl that I knew in high school, actually.
Right. You mentioned, yeah, you mentioned that, but that's just our
Yeah.
secret.
Those are secret. Me, you, and the internet, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, host of Done Way Past Funny. You've just watched part of our interview with ventriloquist and comedian April Brucker. Come back and join us as we continue our interview. And when you do, bring a friend.